Hey everybody, this is Marlon1995, and it's time for another Transformers 5 discussion. This time around, we're going to be talking about some casting news, and we'll start off with Jared Carmichael. He has apparently been in talks to have a role in Transformers 5, and it's just about all but confirmed at this point. The rumor mill's been going on, and it just seems like he pretty much has the role locked up. Now, like I said, it's not confirmed yet to this point, but it seems like it's very likely at this point. Now, he is a comedian. He stars, of course, on the Carmichael show. So I'm assuming that his role, if he does indeed end up being cast in the film, will be more of a comedic role as opposed to a more serious one. I'm thinking maybe replacing, the role of maybe like, I could compare him to maybe like a T.J. Miller, kind of maybe. Kind of filled that certain aspect of the movie. Now, of course, in the last film, Transformers 4, T.J. Miller did not last throughout the whole movie. Spoiler alert, he died. And so I feel like maybe he could be lasting maybe throughout this whole film. I don't think they would go ahead and kill off two comedic roles in back-to-back movies, so maybe he could be more of a lasting role than what T.J. Miller was, as the comedy kind of transferred to Joshua in the latter half of the film. Now, we have some other pretty big casting news. Isabella Moner is confirmed to be starring in Transformers 5.
I just got back from Michael Bay Films because I'm going to be in, some movie franchise. I don't know, it's like Transformers. Have you heard of it?
She is a lot different than our other leading ladies in the past four Transformers movies. She is only 14 years old, and she's actually going to be playing the role of an orphan who grew up in foster care. She's described as a tomboy, street smart, and she is friends with a little Transformer, and then she ends up meeting Cade. Now, what's interesting here is we have no news whatsoever of Nicola Peltz or Jack Reynor returning for Transformers 5, even though they netted a 3-picture deal with Paramount Pictures. Now, that could end up being used for other films, but it might not be Transformers 5. I mean, maybe, who knows, maybe it could be in a future movie, but it seems like, from what I could tell at this point, those two might not be returning to the franchise, and we're going to have a pairing of Mark Wahlberg with Isabella, who will be playing a character named Isabella, but spelled differently. So this character, young girl, she grew up an orphan, she's coming out of foster care, she is in foster care, and apparently somehow she meets Mark Wahlberg. Maybe it's through this little Transformer, not sure. And that is all character description that is rumored and not necessarily confirmed, but, usually these character descriptions are pretty on point, as seen from previous movies. Now, the thing about this is, this could be good. It is a different direction. The previous 4 movies has the male teenager and the female teenager, and they have a love interest, and, they're together during the movie. Now, we had Sam with his girlfriends in the first 3 movies. I mean, Sam was a little bit older by movie 3, but it was still that young person, love story between the two lead actors. And we had that, even though Mark Wahlberg was a more leading character than Nicola Peltz and Jack Reynor, you still had that dynamic. This time around, we might not have that. It's going to be, it seems like Mark Wahlberg, along with Isabella Moner, as the 2 main characters of this film, at least what we can see at this point. So I feel like unless we throw in a love interest for Mark Wahlberg's character, Cade, we might not be seeing that dynamic in this upcoming film. Now, as far as Isabella's character, Isabella, I have mixed hopes with this. I mean, the change would be good. So, there's the possibility that this could work out, and, they have the writers' rooms. They're planning this all out, of course. So they, hopefully know what they're doing more so than the previous 4 films. But I just get this vibe, based off the character description, that this might be an annoying know-it-all character. kind of like always like, making the smart remark to Cade, or, correcting Cade on something. I can just see that happening when they say street smart, and I hope that's not the case. I really hope not. But that is something that I feel could be a possibility. Now, hopefully I'm completely wrong. Maybe she's a really good character who brings a different light to the Transformers movies compared to the previous pattern that we've been seeing from the past 4 films. So that's the positive outlook on that. So I'm just hoping that it is a good character, and it is not like that annoying type that I am getting that vibe off of based off of that, rather short description. That's just kind of the first thing that comes to mind. But hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully this does end up being a good character, and that would make me very happy, is if that is coherent and works. So, also, just in some minor news, there are also some talks with Oscar winner, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Gene Dujardin, I think that's pretty right. So, talks with them, and then also Stephen Merchant from The Office is in talks to come on board for Transformers 5. So, there has been no news based off of that recently. That came out, I'd say, at least maybe a month ago. We haven't heard anything since, so whether they signed on or not is unknown at this point. Filming begins in June, so that's coming up pretty soon. There could be some, stuff happening maybe a little bit earlier than June, but the official start date is for mid-June, as far as we know. So that just about does it for this Transformers 5 discussion, and make sure to follow me on social media accounts. We got Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And so what do you think of these casting decisions? Let me know in the comment section below. And until next time, I am Marlon, Fan 1995. See you guys.